also expand. Let's hit air units. As you can see, air units will be also infested. The medivacs may catch up with this disease also. No. He's not giving up. Okay, he is giving up. Done. That was the rule of one gas. Zerg vs Protoss, Hydra Bane into Lurker vs Storm. This build is designed to be optimal against Stargate openers from Protoss, which is the most common standard Protoss build currently. Early game. Up to 5 minutes 30, there are 3 main early game goals with this build order and standard Zerg vs Protoss in general. First, get a strong economy to start the game. Second, identify what your opponent is doing, and third, make changes to your play if necessary. You want to use primary Zerglings, Queens and Spore Crawlers for defense against all-in Protoss attacks or fairly heavy committed ones such as DT, Archon, Drop, Roaches or Banelings can be required. Mid-game, 5 minutes 30 to 7 minutes. In the mid-game, you want to be getting lots of tech, Hydralisk Den, Hydra and Baneling upgrades. Here we are having an invite. Custom and Storm. No. In the mid-game, 5 minutes 37 minutes, you want to be getting lots of tech, Hydralisk Den, Hydra and Baneling upgrades as well as ground unit evolution chamber upgrades. You want to continue to check what your opponent is doing and add a 4th base and eventually 5th base in the mid-game. The goal is to get up to the ideal economy, deflect the Protoss attacks, pressures and start-finish tech that will allow you to heavily pressure them into late game. The tech of choice for this build is Lurkers with the Adaptive Talents upgrade. Late game, 7 minutes and over. In the late game you want to heavily pressure the Protoss player while continuing to get upgrades and slowly add on tech as it is required. Important tech that is often useful in late game against Protoss includes Spire upgrades, Greater Spire, Neutral Parasite, Burrow, if not already researched, Pathogen Glands, sometimes Ultralisk Cavern. However, the important part with this build is to pressure the Protoss, making lots of adaptive talent lurkers, and pressuring their 4th base will heavily restrict their ability to transition to carrier, mothership, High Templar armies, and often just win the game. Adaptive talent lurkers are powerful because of their greater ability to reposition, allowing them to move into the Protoss player much faster and get more damage done due to burrowing in less than half. Done. Alright, let's do this spell then. Alright.
We require more minerals.
No. Queuing everything up. an overlord, and a drone. Then I go for a hatchery and additional 3 drones. First, I build the drones. Okay, I can get 2 now. That's the 3rd. And the worker can go here. Morph into a hive. I think this is one lucky bastard though, because he will morph into the hatchery, which will make him very important. The next thing I need to do is to build the extractor and a spawning pool, 2 additional drones. That's 3 in total, and an overlord. I really like this beginning. I think it's really nice, well thought out. Then I need 2 queens. For the queens, I need the spawning pool. So far, I would say that's quite standard. Very good. Okay, the first done. Now I can get the queens and the metabolic boost upgrade. Actually, it wants me to go for another hatchery and 2 overlords now. I personally believe that's an early hatchery, but we'll see if I'm right. In any case, I need the queen and the spore crawler, so let's get the queen here and the spore crawler over here. An evolution chamber. I'm running out of workers here. It will want me to build an additional queen. Fine. And an additional spore crawler. Probably here. Another spore crawler on this base. That adapt. An overlord and a zerg melee weapons. That's how much I can see. It could be more upgrades. Here we go into the lair. We only have 9 workers. Let's not forget about that. So it's very few workers, but without a doubt, many buildings built. Then we have this. Painting's nest. And 5 extractors. Now what's gonna happen here? I think I'm going to run out of workers if I'm going to follow this precisely.
We require more
So I'm going to build a 4th hatchery now.
We require more minerals.
As you can see, the time does work as intended, but there are no information on building the workers.
Mutation complete.
And without that, nothing really works out. So what I would really have to do here, as you can see, there's almost nobody here, and I would need to build things like hydraulics then,
Our forces are under
and there would barely be anybody. In any case, this one brave marine is doing some stuff. So the way this had to kind of really be played is a bit different. As you can see, there are no indication on building the workers, so I have to build the workers myself. So I have to consistently stop this. Only the very beginning does have an indication of how to build the drones, and that's the thing. So let's keep that in mind and drone up now.
We require more minerals.
And hopefully
More minerals.
this is going to be the answer. Oh, look at that, that's the centrifugal hooks, which gives banelings an increased movement speed and life.
We require more minerals.
Okay, here I'm going to build up the workers. I have 4 bases and I had maybe a couple of these workers at the beginning.
We require more
Not so much money. And it's all about
We require more minerals.
just getting enough workers quickly so that I would start.
We require more minerals. We require more minerals.
Producing. So yeah,
We require more minerals.
the workers need to be built, and that means that these
We require more minerals.
commands are not really accurate by the time,
We require more minerals.
because there's absolutely no information on the worker count. Okay,
We require more minerals.
so here we almost filled it up.
We require more minerals.
And now I'm going to try and fill up
Require more
another
minerals.
base. Actually, all of these should go to the 4th base here with golden crystals
We require more minerals.
and gather everything much faster. Okay. So that's what I'm going to do.
Require more minerals.
As you can see, they can pass through. This guy... Okay, this guy came all the way around. And now,
We require more minerals.
as you can see, I can get
We require more minerals.
a lot more workers, a lot faster, after saturating a few bases.
Overlords.
Okay, looks like
We require more
we are almost ready to
spawn more overlords.
build
Our drones
up
are
our military.
are under attack.
In any case,
Spawn more.
I need the overlords so that I could get all those things in production. I want these to fight them. The anti-air is doing a great job. Let's attack them further. Done. Now I want to get a few queens in, and
Field depleted.
let's see what's next.
Mineral field depleted.
I need to build a lurker then. An evolution chamber. A few hydralisks. Zerga missile weapons.
Mineral field depleted.
I'm gonna get these on 3 anyway. Maybe I'll get used to it. I do wonder, do these override each other? So I'm gonna just put them like that. In a random order. It looks like the evolution chamber will be first, hydraulics then second, and lurker then the third. So let's try this again. I'm going to add first the lurker then the hydraulics then, and then 2 evolution chambers, and it looks like nothing changed, which is good. So I'll keep these on the third. Here I would need a hive, but I need the infestation pit for it. And that's the thing. Pneumatized carapace. Upgrade. This is it.
Complete.
Then it wants to build many banelings. Let's get as many banelings as we can currently. Also, look at that. It kills that thing
Mineral field depleted.
if it wants to just move around.
Vespene guys are exhausted.
More upgrades here and adaptive talents. I've seen these somewhere right here. I need a hive for these.
Metamorphosis complete.
And it reduces the time lurkers take to burrow from 2 seconds to 0.7 seconds. Okay.
Field depleted.
In any case, I'm getting many overlords. And I do have quite a bit of cash.
Mineral field
I'm gonna build a variety of units.
Our forces are under attack.
So let's see what's happening here. These bands. Destroy them. It looks like Thor can take bandings very well. Now here going to also
Not enough energy.
construct a bunch of hydralisks, bandings,
Mutation complete.
and it looks like
Field depleted. Mutation complete.
we can start moving out on the enemy now.
Mineral field depleted.
Okay, nobody's here. But I did find them here. I need to move up a little bit closer and take them out.
Mineral
Looks like they did have a tour here. That's it. Let's keep on moving.
depleted.
And he wants the GG. I need to get as much of my hive as possible in, and now we can start blasting them. It looks like fungal growth will not affect the buildings. And that's all.